the insecurity in Kerio Valley, the northern part of the country, is going to be addressed, both from chairs in this house and even in the office of the president under the cabinet secretary of internal security, has always been the same. And there is nothing which comes out of it. Madam Speaker, being our colleague, is the Honorable Raso, who is one of our colleagues, and is in that position, courtesy of all of us, especially from this pastoral region, I want to ask the Honorable Raso not to be taken rounds again by the cabinet secretary and the security apparatus in this country on the same stories that they are going to establish a police station here, they are going to do this, they are going to do this. Let's go for a practical solutions. And we have given, as leaders from those areas, in many cases we have given a practical solutions of NPRs to be deployed in every communities, and they need to be armed so that, because they know the entry and the exit routes of these criminals, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the reason why Kerio Valley, those parts of Samburu, there is insecurity because there is no infrastructure. These are places which has been completely neglected, no government in place, no water points, no roads, no schools, no church, nothing. There is no government. Those people, they are just living by their own. So, Madam Speaker, we want to, even because I have raised statements in this house, no member from Kerio Valley or from the northern part of this country, Madam Speaker, has not raised a statement in this house to do with insecurity. All of us, we have raised. But it's the same story we are getting. Can we get something different? When Waziri comes here, he tells us he's going to deploy police officers. He's able as the same.
Allow him to complete his sentence, I think.
I'm done.
Who's that next to Honorable Bowen? My eyesight is. Give the member to the right of Honorable Bowen.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the member for Samburu for bringing that issue. And Madam Speaker, I think it is very unfortunate that at this particular time, at this particular moment in Kenya, we are still hearing Kenyans dying because of cattle rustling and other related issues, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think we need to have a full report and an action plan, Madam Speaker, to show how the Kenyan police are actually acting on these matters. Madam Speaker, when you go around this country, when you hear the member for Marakwet East saying there is no government in that place, some of us, we have police, we have people who are busy collecting bribes in the roads, Madam Speaker. They should actually, we need to rationalize the police, Madam Speaker, because we have police who are just on the roads. They're just collecting bribes, petty crimes, Madam Speaker, harassing women, harassing children, Madam Speaker, in some places. I think it is high time that we rationalize the police. We take them to where they are needed. We take them to places where support is needed, Madam Speaker. So I think I want to support our colleague from Samburu, and actually we call upon the police who are actually there now, the leaders, the security team, that when all these matters are happening, where are they? What is the issue? Where are the issues? Do they have vehicles? At this era of technology, Madam Speaker, it's very unfortunate to hear people with arrows and without vehicles can ambush a village, get away 100 kilometers, Madam Speaker, without the government arresting them, Madam Speaker.
Yeah, Honorable Ruku, and if somebody could help, I think I need help with my screen. I need my screen to be on so I can recognize the member of parliament speaking, because they are far away, I can't see them. Honorable Ruku.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this issue of insecurity in this part of country, we need also to address the issue of culture. because some of these insecurities are derived because of the culture of the people of that area, and that is the truth of the matter. That raiding cattle, raiding other people's, other communities' homes, driving away huge herds of cattle is considered as heroism in this part of the country. Madam Speaker, these leaders who come from this part of the country, they need also to address the issue of culture, so that that kind of insecurity can be settled. We will continue blaming police officers, we will continue blaming government, when it is us, ourselves, who perpetuate this kind of culture. Madam Speaker, I think it is important for the leaders in this House to consider, having a deliberate discussion with the elders, with the young people of these communities, to see how this kind of culture can change. It cannot be heroism to go and drive huge herd of cattle using guns just to be a hero in that society. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I'll give one more person. That the member for Turkana. My screen is not working, so I can't see your face clearly. All right, proceed. 5 minutes, and then we can close this, because I've just indulged the members.
Madam Speaker, I want to thank you so much for this opportunity. Looks like this corner on this side is disadvantaged. Maybe you will need another lens to be able to see us.
No, it's just usually my screen works, so your face comes up.
Thank you.
The screen,
thank
but
you.
Today
thank you.
It's not working.
Most guided. Honorable Speaker, we are discussing the issue of insecurity again in northern Kenya. The issue brought out by Honorable Eli is very pertinent to this country. And
Honorable Meli, kindly, we need you in the room, and team.
Honorable Speaker, the issue at hand is very pertinent. I want to thank Honorable Eli for bringing it out. Again, we are repeating the same thing as Honorable Bowen has mentioned, that soon we'll be like crying babies. And from the onset, I want to see how the CS Kindiki will always be coming to give us a brief on the progress that is happening in northern Kenya, especially on the operations that was approved, that is going on. Madam Speaker, what is happening in Samburu, as reported, especially in Samburu North, is very unfortunate at this time. Number one, we have lost 3 lives in 2 weeks, in 1 month, this month of November. And it's like, if you look at what is happening, the bandits are coming back to town. They are urbanizing their banditry tactics. And in this case, we, those who stay in the urban areas, are also at risk. Number 2, those who have lost their lives were killed, not even mentioned, living in areas that are bandit prone, but in towns. That calls for a speech, and we will request the CS Kindiki to give us an update of what has just happened. Because a life lost is important to us in the north and to Kenya. Madam Speaker, it is important to get a review of what Kindiki is doing. It is important for us to work together with him so that we don't keep on just being told this thing is happening when nothing is happening. Madam Speaker, lives are being lost. We are being told it's an operation. People are losing their livelihoods every time now and then, even their beneficiaries. Madam Speaker, I will beseech that we get to understand what is happening once and for all. Otherwise, soon we may request even to see if we can secede, and we discuss it, because we are getting almost being killed day in, day out. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Okay, next order.
Order number 8, procedural motion, exemption of certain business from Standing Order 43.
Deputy Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to move a motion on exemption of certain businesses from Standing Order 43. That this House resolves to exempt the business of appearing as Order number 12 in today's order paper from the provisions of Standing Order number 43, being a Wednesday morning, a day allocated for business not sponsored by the majority or minority party or business sponsored by a committee. Honorable Speaker, we have this very important bill, number 12, the National Lottery Bill, which was debated yesterday. And I think members expressed themselves adequately yesterday. And I think the only business we have today, Honorable Speaker, I'll request you is that we reply to this motion, and at reply, we expect to put the question in the afternoon. And therefore, we request that we be exempted from the normal procedure that being a Wednesday morning, which is specifically done for members' business, we allow that this motion be put on the order paper, that we discuss. The only thing that we need to do, Honorable Speaker, is that we reply. Then, so that we have an opportunity to put the question in the afternoon, so that we may be able to finish this particular piece of legislation within this session, so that it does not have to go to the next session. Honorable Speaker, I request the Honorable Ruku, the gentleman from Meru, and from Mbere. You know, yes, Mberes are tall, Merus are short. So please, kindly second this motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. In Bere we have giants. I'm one of them, and the other giant was the Honorable Justin Muturi, the former Speaker of this House. Madam Speaker, I rise to second this motion because it is important that we have this discussion. We debate this National Rotary Bill, so that it's very important, it's very timely that it will establish National Rotary Board and the National Rotary Fund in this country. Mr. Speaker, this is an important motion, and this is an important bill. It needs to be allocated in time this morning, so that we can be able to expedite the implementation process. Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that this House resolves to exempt the business appearing as Order number 12 in today's order paper from the provisions of Standing Order 43, being a Wednesday morning, a day allocated for business not sponsored by the majority or minority party or business sponsored by a committee. It's the mood of the House. I put the question. Honorable members, I now put the question that this House resolves to exempt the business appearing as Order number 12 in today's order paper from the provisions of Standing Order 43, being a Wednesday morning, a day allocated for business not sponsored by the majority or minority party or business sponsored by a committee. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9,